Good morning, seventh graders. All right, so today we're starting chapter 9, dot plots and bar graphs, or bar graphs and dot plots, doesn't matter which way you say it. Super easy. You guys have been exposed to these graphs before, so there's nothing new. What we really want to focus on is let's look at these graphs. We need to pay attention to the X and Y axis, but I don't know if you X and Y axis, what are they labeled? What is this graph giving me? And can I answer questions with the information that has been given to me? Dot plots, same way. So I really think today is going to be super easy. It's going to involve screen recording, not a lot of board work. So make sure that you are pausing and raising your hand if you have questions. It's really important that you guys watch my lessons, especially when we are getting closer to the end. All right, guys, so here we are. We're going to focus mainly on the screen, but I'm going to work out the problems over here on the board, all right? All right, so let's look at this bar graph and dot plots. Okay, so it says the bar graph shows the approximate number of visitors at an amusement park, okay? What fraction of the total number of visitors visited in 2010? And they want us to express it in simplest form. So when they tell me simplest form, that means they're wanting it in fraction form. Okay, so these are thousands, number of visitors in thousands, and then here is the year. So they want to know what is the fraction of the total number visited in 2010. So I'm going to do my 2010 over total visitors, okay? Y'all know how I am about labels. Okay, so first off, I'm going to look at 2010, and I'm looking up here, and it was 24,000 visitors. I'm just going to put the number 24 right now, okay? So I'm going to put 24 at the top. You can put 24,000. That's totally fine, too. But I feel like I'm going to have to reduce anyway, so I'm going to go by the number over here. All right, so then now I've got to find the total of all the visitors. So I know that there's 24 in 2010. I know there's 18 in 2008. 2009 looks like 20. We already got 2010. 2011 looks like 19. I'll put that right up here. And then 2012 looks like 25. Okay, so I'm going to add this up. Okay, so let's see. 4 and 5 make 9. 9 plus 9 is 18. And 18 plus 8 is 26. The 6 can stay, but the 2 got to go. And we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. So 106,000 visitors for those years. All right. So obviously I can reduce by 2 for sure. Let's see. 24 divided by 2 is 12. And 106 divided by 2 is 53. And that 53 is prime. So I know that that number cannot be reduced. So the fraction for the total number of visitors visited in 2010 is 12 over 53. Okay. So let's go to the next one. It's a little bit more difficult. Not really, it's not more difficult, but it's more difficult in understanding what they're asking you. So B says, the letter B says, compare the number of visitors in 2012 to the number of visitors in 2009. So when normally in math, when we say compare, we're talking about less than, greater than. They're actually wanting to know how many more visitors, how many times there's this many. So hold on, let's look at 2012. Here's 2012. That was the most visitors. And then here's 2009. So they want to know how many, there's this many times visitors in 2012 than 2009. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at 2009. 2009 has, I would say that's 20,000 visitors. So 20,000. Okay. And then if I look at 2012, that looks like 25 visitors. Okay. So let's see. 09 is 20 visitors. And 12 is 25 visitors. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide these. I'm going to put 25 in and 20 out. Okay, so I want to see how many more how many times visitors, let me finish this, sorry. Okay, 20 will go into 25 one time, okay? And we're left with 5 over. All right, now 20 will go into 50 2 times. And 2 times 20 is 40. 50 minus 40 is 10. I'm going to bring down my 0. Okay, now 20 will go into 100 5 times. So what we could say is there in 2012 there was 1 1/4 or 1.25 times as many visitors as there was in 2009. Okay. Okay, so let's go to C. All right, so C says, what fraction of the number visited in 2008 through 2010? Express it in simplest form. Okay, so they want to know what is the fraction of the number of visitors between 2008 to 2010. So 2008 to 10 over total visitors, right? And we know this was 106. We added all that up a while ago. So we do know that that's 106, so that's going to save us a little. All right, so 2008, it looks like there was 18. 2009, it looks like there was 20. And then 2010 looks like there was 24. Okay, so I'm going to add these visitors up. 8 and 4 is 12. The 2 can stay, but the 1 got to go. 1 plus 1 is 2, 4, 6. So 62 over 106. Again, I'm going to reduce because it's the simplest form. So I'm going to divide by 2. And I know this is going to be 53 because I've already done it. And 62 divided by 2 is 31 over 53 is a fraction of visitors that visited through 2008 through 2010. Okay. They want us to compare the total number of visitors to the total number of visitors in 2009. Okay. So again, we know that this is just like that other one we just did. Okay, so we know there's a total visitors was 106, okay? And 2009, there were 20 visitors, 20,000 actually, okay? So we're going to do just like we did the other one. We're going to divide 106 divided by 20. 20 won't go into 10, but it will go into 106 5 times, and that's going to be 100. Then I'm left with 6. I put a decimal. Okay, 20 will go into 63 times. So the total number of visitors is 5.3 times as many as in 2009. Okay, so hopefully you don't have any questions on that. Next up is dot plots. Super easy, guys, promise. So let's look at this. It says the dot plot shows the number of baseball games students in Mrs. Brown's class attended over the summer. Okay, so we have baseball games up here. That's the name. And then we have the number of games attended down here. Now look, each dot right here is going to represent 1. Because that means if there was a key that said each dot equals 5, then we would have to change it, and this would be like 5, and this would be like 10. Okay, so it's just each one of these little dots represents 1 person. Okay. All right, so let's look at A, letter A. It says compare the total number of students that attended 6 or more baseball games to the number of students that attended 1 or less. Okay, so now we're talking about 6 or more. So 6, 7, and 8. It does include 6 because it says that attended 6 or more. Okay. If it said more than 6, we would just be looking at 7 and 8. But it does say to include 6, 6, 7, and 8. And then it says the total that attended 1 or less. Okay, so we can see 1 or less is 3. We got 1, 2, 3 because, okay. So 1 or less is 3 people. 6 or more. Let's look at that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we have 9. If I divide 9 by 3, I get 3. So 3 times as many people, students, attended 6 or more games than that attended 1 or less, okay? All right, so let's go to letter B. Okay, so letter B says, what fraction of the students attended 4 games during the summer? We're going to express this in simplest form. So attended 4 games. All right, so I can see, I'm going to put my labels because it says simplest form, so we know that's going to be a fraction. Okay, 4 games over total games, all right? I can see that there were 3 kids that attended 4 games. So that's going to go on the top with my 4. We got to keep our lights together. And now I'm going to count my dots to see the total number of students I had, okay? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 games. All right. Now, what I can do with this is not simplest form. Even though 3 is a prime number, 3 can go into 18, okay? So we're going to divide them both by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 18 divided by 3 is 6. So 1 6, okay? Again, if y'all have questions, please raise your hand. I can help. All right, so let's see. All right, compare the total number of students in Mrs. Brown's class to the number of students who attended 6 games. All right, so we just said that there were, I forgot how many total. Total number of students. Oh, we said 18. Total students. We know is 18. We just did it. Sorry, we just did it. And the total to the number who attended 6 games. Ooh, compare. I'm doing a fraction. I shouldn't do this. Total students is 18. Sorry, guys. I was not meaning to do a fraction. I'm losing my mind. And then 6 games. It didn't say 6 or more games. It just said 6 games. So we're just looking at 6 games. Okay, that's 4. Okay, now I'm going to divide just like I have been doing. 18 divided by 4. Okay, 4 will go into 18 4 times. 4 times 4 is 16. 18 minus 16 is 2. Add a decimal and a 0. And 4 will go into 20 5 times. So 4.5 times as many students, total students, 4.5 times, okay? All right, guys, so if you have any questions, please raise your hand, okay? And I'm done.